Hey guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Frost, like a Jane cosplay, and today we're back into guys with Steins Gate, episode 15.
Yes.
Steins Gate 0,
0.
episode 15, yeah.
Yes. So last episode, Kagari came back. She's been missing for months, and for unknown reasons, she came back to the lab, lost her little memento from her mom, and came back for it, and Suzu fought her. So they know she's around, they know she's been brainwashed, and Suzu remembers something from the future that could help. So we'll see how that goes. But, and the other thing that's also going on is they've been trying to make a time machine again. Well, at least the microwave machine.
Yeah.
So, and now they're even more, focused on doing it with Maho's help, because that could help.
She's back to Japan.
Yes, because creating that machine could help them. Because if she had realized that, what she figured out about Kagari way earlier, it could have saved Kagari. So we'll try to see how they do this. Ocarina is not aware, and I'm not happy about that. But maybe if he is, then they talk him, they tell him about their plan, and they try very carefully.
It might convince him.
It might convince him. So, might. And yeah, so I say we jump in this episode, see what they do, if they manage to do a machine or not. If Ocarina learns about it.
Let's watch it, guys.
Let's go. I thought her plan was to create the machine and then send a message back in time so she could prevent this from happening to Kagari, but she's been talking about, I only have 1 week left and stuff, and I'm like, girl, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I don't know what she's...
And she's been also saying,
she
was saying that, at least if she had that, it could help, like, it feels like she's leaving, so I don't know, maybe she's on a time limit. Who knows? We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that.
How could she be on a time limit, though?
Well, I don't know. Maybe, if there is not a huge change that has been done before that specific date, something is going to happen. Who knows? I don't know. That's why I'm saying we'll keep an eye on this. But I felt like the way she was talking this episode, it's like she had a deadline. Mm-hmm. And Kagari saw all of this. Like, so she's still around. I don't know what they want her to do. It feels like, would they allow her to just wander around like this? Maybe they have complete faith in her brainwashing.
That the program is working?
Yeah, but I think that, it's definitely not, because otherwise, why would she spy on, on them like this and feel like that?
The machine that Maho used to convince Daru to be a ladies' man of dungeon.
You think she... Okay, I think it was meant as, a joke, but... You want to hint at the fact that in the future, considering we think that Maho in a timeline where she had not met Ocarina would have kept working.
But technically, the machine worked with something that you're hearing over and over again.
No, I know, but you think that this is what would lead to what was gonna brainwash
Probably.
Kagari? Maybe. I took it more as a joke this episode. Like this it's not a filler. It's more of a Daru-centered episode about how he gets to be with his future wife. But
speaking about that, when you're in a relationship, there's nothing wrong with trying to be the better version of yourself, for the person that you love and you're in love with. But you shouldn't change who you are.
Be the better version of yourself.
Yeah.
This is what Daru is. But then
okay, seriously. I did dig though the clothes style. I think it looks...
I didn't.
I thought it looked... the clothes style looks good. It wasn't Daru though.
The confidence was great, but I felt like he looks better as himself. And this makes a lot of sense too, he's in Japan, he's overweight, he hides behind his computer, he doesn't have confidence in himself, he doesn't love his body, he doesn't love maybe he hates, how he comes up to girls, what he looks like in front of girls, because he's surrounded by girls who pushed him away all the time because of his remarks, because of how he acts. And then he finds a girl who seems to be interested in him, and it would make sense that he'd be terrified to show the real him, because he fears that she's going to push him away like all the others did. But then that's exactly what she loves. So I love that together they're gonna work together to make him more confident in himself, love himself more, and he's gonna realize that it doesn't really matter, that others pushed you away, because all it takes is one to love you like you are, and it was just beautifully showed.
When people are interested in you, there's always a reason behind it, because they like what you can give to them, what you can bring to the relationship. So
Well, it's also how they feel when they're with you. Like
True.
as far as we know, she loves all the things he loves. She's into cosplay, she's into anime, she's into like a lot of the things that he also likes. And their personalities go well together, they have a good time together, and there's a reason why they end up together, and it works. If she had fell for the guy that everyone else built to create, work together to create, she would have been dating all these other people, not him.
What would you say about, because it's not the first time that we see people trying to impress so much the other person they just overdone it too
It
much.
is something that we see a lot in movies and stories, and in real life too. You feel like you have to level yourself to a certain standard that's been portrayed in movies and TV shows and ads and stuff. You got to have the perfect body, you got to have the right personality, you got to be, women are being told, all their lives that they have to be funny but not too much, laugh at their jokes but don't, be too funny that he's not funny anymore. Intelligent but not intelligent enough to, again, surpass the other stuff like that.
I was mostly speaking about the restaurant, because I don't know what, but in any single cases, everybody think that the way to the girl's heart would be to just bring her to a high-rated restaurant.
Well, that's what no, I'm saying. The exact same thing. Basically, there's a standard that exists that people think everyone's got to follow to get into their partner's heart, but it's not because it's a standard that it's the right thing to do. It's a thing of movies. It's a thing of ads. It's not reality. So it's not because everyone believes that, girls are attracted. Like I used girls as an example. Girls got to be a certain way to appeal to a guy, but it's the same thing with guys. Guys have to be a certain way to appeal to women. So be rich, be sassy, be popular, have good humor, intelligent, and stuff like that. All those qualities that you think a guy has to have in order to appeal to a girl. But not everyone is the same. Not everyone likes the same things. So it's just a naive idea that they gotta change someone to make him more appealing. It's just, if no one is attracted to him right now, it's just that he hasn't met the right person for him. And in this case, he has. So I think it's just because they thought he wasn't making any moves, which was true, and she wasn't making any moves either. So the relationship wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And she was, because somehow she has a deadline. It looks like she was. She wanted to have results right away. She wanted to have this connection. So they all tried to push him into doing something, and he said also he was waiting for the push because he lacks self-confidence so much.
Which remind me, technically, all of those advice that each of them gave Daru, and they're not wrong advice. They just didn't use them well with him.
Well, no, the advices are good. It's what they did with them later that's not good. Changing him is not okay, because all he needed was the push, basically. And I love that, he was rejected because that's not what she wanted, and he took it really hard. But then when Suzu came up to him and said that, she wished that she could have this, he found the courage to apologize and make a second move, which is great, and it shows that Daru has matured a lot, and he's a good guy. He loves his daughter, his future daughter, and he's willing to, take on himself a lot for her. And I think that this is the dad that she remembers, and the dad that she speaks so fondly of. So I liked it.
It reminds me so much of the date with Okarin and Ruka in the first season, like I said.
Well, yeah, except that Okarin never really loved Rukaku.
No, but Ruka asked of him to have a date with Okarin, and he thought that Ruka...
He took advice to, give the perfect date to Rukaku, and then...
Yeah, but that was it, because Ruka wanted to have Okarin.
Yeah,
not,
I know.
Not the perfect version
Well,
of
it's
Ogaden.
the same situation, but
Yeah.
with an actual couple who actually ends up together.
Which is so cute.
Yeah, and with
Um,
with the guy that also always makes jokes and makes comments about sex and porn and stuff. So to have him actually show his heart to someone and be genuine with someone and find the courage to go to her and say those things to her and have her also open her heart to him and retaliate. That's just perfect. And the thing is, we knew they were going to end up together, but it doesn't strip us of the satisfaction of seeing them make a move and actually become a thing. So yeah. And this needed to be taken care of because we're reaching the end of the show and we needed confirmation that Suzu was not going to disappear.
Nope, she will be there. Which remind me of when we saw the flashback of her in the future with her and her mom. I almost got teary-eyed when I was watching it because, when you're living in a place that you're not living in a peaceful world, she was a soldier child, basically.
Well, yeah.
And she said that she didn't have enough time with her mom and all that because both of them were so busy trying to survive, trying to
fight the war.
Fight the war, basically. And she died in front of her.
And she would have assumed because of her.
Yeah.
Because it was to protect her. It explains a lot about how Suzu is today, why she's so dead set on the mission, why she doesn't stray from it, why she doesn't allow herself to feel those emotions and have a good time. I mean, Suzu is one of the most tragic characters in this show, so that's and that's saying something, considering which show this is. But I feel bad for her, but at the same time, I also feel great that she got that chance to go back in time and meet her parents and spend time with them. And see how it all came to be.
Have a little part in it, too.
Now I just want to focus on what the deadline is and why is she talking about I have 1 week left and what's going on with her. So hopefully next episode
I don't know what it is, but I'm not reassured about it.
No, but at least if we know, we can prepare. So hopefully next episode we learn about it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out right now. The link is in the description.
And if you don't, with the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week after the day.
You tried to say a comment, but a witty comment, but it did not work. So
next week, guys.
Yes, bye.